Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about leakages, water leakages in apartments, especially high-rise buildings. So as you can see, I've created a small representation in Excel sheet to represent your apartments so that you are able to find out the root cause of it. Okay. So I have arranged building A, building B, and building C. Okay, in Excel sheet. And as you can see, this is A1001 here, and this is A101, 102, 103, and 104. You can either put it in same line, but just to understand that these two apartments are back side of the building and these two are at the front side of the building, I've put this representation. This is the maybe entrance and this is the lift area. Okay, staircase area, lift area. So you can create whatever representation you want, but the point is, when you create such a representation, initially everything will be green. Okay, put them in green, and these put them in sky blue or whichever color you wish. So to represent that they are at the back side and these are at the front side, these columns. And then you can create a WhatsApp group. You already must be having a WhatsApp group of your housing society. So on the WhatsApp group, somebody should take a lead and ask everyone, whoever is facing water leakages problem, just ask them the health of their apartment. Okay. So if they report that yes, they are having water leakage issue, then mark them as red. Okay. Whichever areas you feel that they are facing water leakage issues, you can mark them as red. Okay. So the purpose is we have to reach to the root of the leakage, where the root cause is, where the leakage is actually starting from. Okay. So in this case, if you see, I have also marked as sky blue color. These are refugee flats. Okay, in each building. So I've marked them in different colors: A703, B703, and C703. Now, in case of B building, if you see, B1003 is affected, 903 is affected, and 803 is affected. So what does this means is you have to inspect the flat B1003. Okay, you have to go and figure out, do an inspection and see where all it is leaking. So if it is leaking only at the bottom, yeah, on the floor, for example, like this, if it is only leaking at the floor near the skirting, just above the skirting, that means the leakage is within that house. Either it could be in bathroom or it could be in terrace, which is exposed to outside rainfall, or maybe kitchen. Okay, source can be anything, but the source is within that house. If the uh, leakage marks that you are seeing here are just above the skirting, it could be 4 or 5 feet from the floor. That means the water is rising from the floor to above 4 to 5 feet within the house. So that means the leakage is within the house. On the other hand, if the leakage is at the ceiling, yeah, so whatever the flat ceiling that we see, you would see mark like these, yeah, this one. That means the leakage is from floor above. Okay, so that way you have to analyze for this particular house 1003, where is the water coming from, whether it is within, and if this house ceiling is also damaged, that means terrace is a problem. Okay, you have to go and analyze the terrace could be the source of water leakage. Yeah, accordingly you can mark all these in red and try to figure out the root cause of the leakage. So now for this case B302, 402, this should be 402, but for some naming or lucky number purpose we have This has 400, but otherwise it should be 402 and 502. So whichever is the uh, root cause, okay, affected ones I've marked it as red, root cause I've marked it as black. Okay, this one, the problem is within the house, so we have marked it as black. So wherever we are seeing black marks, black, they are the root cause. These houses are the root cause of the leakage. Yeah, this way you can narrow down the problem of your apartment and fix the root cause one by one. Okay, now how do you fix this? Many a times you call the plumber or the waterproofing agent, and whatever reasons, they generally ask you to go for grouting. That means they take some two or three holes within your bathroom or some place, and they just pour cement into it, a liquid cement, and it gets like stone, and it becomes solid stone, and it creates a heavy weight to your flooring. That's a crude way actually. You are not fixing the root cause, meaning you're not fixing the problem. Our floor is designed in such a way that there is a concrete layer down. Above the concrete layer, there is a porous or maybe a mixture of brick, sand, raw sand, not mixed with cement, and many other things, so that it is porous. Water can flow from here to one place to another. And above that, we have the tiles properly laid down. Yeah. So what these people do generally, when you call the waterproofing people, they do a grouting. They bring a pump with them, and with that forceful injection, they put a lot of cement, heavy 4 5 kg of cement maybe, and they just pour it into it, and they say like, okay, your problem will be solved. Now, since the cement gets solid inside, and water cannot accumulate there, at sometimes it also solves your problem, not completely, but water gets diverted to some other place. Now there is one more thing, as a society member, or if you are part of the committee or a decision making team, one thing you have to be aware of is there are spouts given to every apartment. Spout is a outlet basically to every flat, and it is at 4 5 different places. Wherever your bathroom is or your dry terrace is, you will see outside that bathroom or terrace, you will see a small pipe coming out, which is called as a spout. Now the function of this spout is, if a lot of water gets accumulated within your flat, okay, the water overflows basically through the spout, and it starts dripping into the duct area. So this gives you a clear indication where the leakage is, which flat is having leakage. Yeah, if there is a continuous leakage, you can work with them, and tell them that we are seeing continuous water dropping from your spout. We suspect that the leakage is within your house. Please fix it. So at any given point of time, the duct area of your apartment, whether it is a small duct or a bigger duct, should always be dry. Yeah. Otherwise, it leads to a lot of confusion. You are not able to figure out where the leak is, where is the water dripping from, and what is the source. So it becomes very difficult. Also, it leads to a lot of infection or diseases, and spreading mosquitoes and things like that. So your duct area should always be very very dry. Okay. Now, once you identify the root cause, you also would want to know how to fix this problem. So make sure work with your committee to clean the spouts, because over a period of time, what happens, if from a particular flat, if the water keeps on flowing continuously, if it goes overflowing in through the spout, a layer gets accumulated at the end of the spout, and it is just like a salt that it turns out like a salt ball, and it blocks the spout as well. Okay, so you have to work with your committee members and educate everyone, saying that because the spouts are getting blocked, water is not flowing out of the flat, and which is leading to a lot of leakages. There is always a fight between who would fix the leak. The person who stays below, he said like, it is your problem, and he asked the floor above, to fix it because the leakage is in his house, and he says, well, I'm not affected, though the leak is in my house. You He asked the person staying below that you bring the water proofing agent and get it fixed. There is always an argument. The rule says committee or housing society cannot interfere in internal leakage matters. Okay, so how do we deal with this situation? So what we have to do is we have to generally whatever the expenses comes, the expenses should be shared between the two people because both are affected. The house above, leakage in his house, though at present he is not affected, he feels he is not affected, but once his walls start absorbing the water, as we saw in this particular case, even his house furniture, paint and everything can get damaged. Okay, if this water currently, let's say if these walls are super clean, okay, and the water is continuously flowing through the spout is not blocked, the water is flowing, but because of heavy flow, if a formation of salt layer gets deposited on the spout outlet, yeah, so it will slowly start blocking the flow of water outside into the duct, and water will start accumulating in the flat inside, and it will affect the person staying above. Okay. Other thing we have to be cautious about is we have concealed wiring in our houses, yeah, electrical wirings. Now, this is very dangerous. If your walls are wet, okay, if those are not dry, there are chances that somebody in your house might experience a shock, okay, electric shock, because if, God forbid, if the water dampness, if it comes into contact with a live wire, it might spread a current in within your house. So don't feel that you are not affected, so you will not do this fixing. The floor below is affected, he should get it done, and you're not least bothered and things like that. You have to be, everyone has to come forward. It is very cheap solution, I would say. Okay, the solution, there is no much expenses involved. If at the end of the video I will tell you that there is not much expenses involved, just don't get frightened about the expenses and say, like, it is not your problem and the other person should get it fixed. Come together, work together, try to find out where the root cause is and try to fix that problem. Okay, today the problem is small, tomorrow it might grow. Okay, many a times what happens due to heavy usage of bathroom or heavy items or maybe something like a cylinder or something, tiles get damaged, they develop crack, and water start sipping from that particular crack. Okay, or the other thing is, if you have a terrace exposed to rainwater, yeah, during rainy season, what happens is the tiles are generally, there is a gap between the tile which is filled with white cement. If the builder has not done a good job, over a period of time, these white cement layers or thin lines, they vanish, they come out, and they start absorbing water, and the water passes inside your house. So what do we do basically? So there is a very economical solution, I would say. Very simple. Anyone can do it at home. You don't need a waterproofing expert or plumber or things like that. So as I mentioned, try to figure out the root cause, where the root cause is, and then go to a hardware near you and try to get this bottle of Dr. Fix It. Okay, Dr. Fix It, try to get this bottle for waterproofing. This is like acidic solution. You have to be careful while using this. It also gives a little acidic like fume, HCl acid like fumes. So you have to cover your nose basically whenever you are using it with a mask or something. Yeah, and then use this solution along with uh, Aditya Birla white cement. Get a white cement like this and take a utensil, mix, don't use water, with This white cement you mix Dr. Fix-It bottle. Okay. Now see how much do you, what is the quantity that you need? Accordingly, take a call. And just like for making chapatis, we prepare wet uh, atta. That way you mix these two, the white cement and Dr. Fix-It solution. Okay, and prepare a paste out of it. Okay, and wherever you feel that there is a leakage, so if the leakage or the crack is like very wide or maybe deep, yeah, so first thing is with help of a screwdriver or a sharp object, try to uh, get all the dirt out of it. Okay, try to get all dirty things there, maybe like some black soil if it has accumulated, or some hair bands or something, anything that is there dirty, get it out. Possibly also use a vacuum cleaner to ensure that forcefully you are sucking everything, all the dirt and uh, you know damage part is there with sharp objects. They, you can also, if you go to hardware, they also give you a metal, what you call it, as a patra. Yeah, with that you try to clean everything, or some sharp object, as I said, like a screwdriver or something sharp like a blade, yeah, laser blade. So try to get everything out from there and use a vacuum cleaner to clean everything. And then whatever the paste that you have put, you can either put the paste, or the other option is, if it is a large area, try to use a raw cement and a mixture of sand with water. Okay, try to put that. Or you can, whatever the paste that you have created using this two solution, you try to use this paste wherever. Now when you are applying this, when you are creating this paste, make sure that you are not directly using your hands to mix it. You can either take a spoon or some object and try to mix it. Okay, with spoon. Why? Because this is acidic, it might have like some effect on your skin. And it also gets sticky basically, so it is very difficult to remove. From once it gets stick to your hand, you have to struggle to get it out. So what you do is, you either use a hand glove that we generally use for coloring our hair. Yeah. So a plastic which you get in a plastic glove basically, which you get in a medical shop. So try to use that glove and use this paste, and put it with your fingers. Try to put it at the various places wherever you see leakages. Yeah, and have a dirty cloth, dry dirty cloth basically, just to wipe out the extra paste which gets spread here and there. Try to rub that as soon as possible. So once you apply it, immediately try to remove the paste which is getting spread here and there, so that you are applying the paste only at the required area and not everywhere on the tile and other places, so that it would look shabby and dirty over a period of time. So this is a very simple way to fix your water leakages problem. Okay. In spite of all this, if you still have any things are not working out, people are not cooperating with you, the person above is not cooperating, or there is a lot of conflict going on, simple way is to inform your municipal corporation. You have to just put one application that there is a lot of unhygiene spread in our apartment, and we need corporation official support basically to fix this issue. The person who is staying above is not cooperating with us. Immediately they will ring this particular person or send officials and help you get your leakages fixed. Living with leakages is not at all a solution. Okay, not acceptable. You should act fast, get it done. This should be fixed as soon as possible. Hope this information was helpful to you. Okay, and healthy living. Thank you.